How do I tell this pregnant girl I don't want a relationship? I, 19M, have been going out with this girl, 19 female, for about a month. We go to college together and the relationship isn't very serious yet, although I do see her every day. Last night after we finished watching a movie she told me she had some news. She told me she was pregnant, not my child, and I was surprised to say the least. She told me that she wants a relationship with me and that she wants me to be in this kid's life. Keep in mind that we've only known each other for about a month. Our relationship has never gotten physical, and I haven't even asked her to be my girlfriend yet. I really like this girl and I'll gladly be friend with her, but having the role of a father is just something that I'm not ready for. How do I tell this girl I don't want a romantic relationship without being a complete asshole toward her? Whatever you do, do not by any means sign the birth certificate. She's on the hunt for someone to be a daddy for her kid. My advice is to tell her that you're not that person and she needs to be sorting things out with the actual father of her child. You need to totally exit from the relationship. Totally and completely. A month? Run man running. Say politely but calmly, I ain't got no time to be raisin' another month's baby, you trippin'. Honestly, you need to completely cut her off. Do not try to be her friend when she just told you that she wants you in the child's life. You being her friend equals you being some type of father figure for her baby in one form or another. Tell her you wish her luck but you're young and not ready for any of the responsibilities she's about to undertake. Do not be her friend. Do not promise friendship. I think you are going too fast. We haven't even defined the relationship at this point and I think we would be better as friends because a kid is a responsibility I am not willing to take if I don't have to this early in my life, or something along those lines. Literally tell her what you just typed. I really like this girl and I'll gladly be friend with her, but having the role of a father is just something that I'm not ready for. Simple. While I really enjoy your company, I can't be a father figure to this child and I'm sorry but we can't be together. I'm not ready for children. She'll probably get pissed, but it's better than the alternative. She's looking for a sucker to support her and her kid. Not your problem. My husband, 32M, is only using me, 30F, to satisfy himself and I can't ask for a divorce. I have been married to him for 4 years. My marriage was arranged and he didn't like me from the start and he still doesn't. I am only an asset for him. I am there to cook for him, clean his room and his clothes. And slightest problem angers him. If I add less salt in the food he will yell at me. If the water isn't cold enough he'd scream and call me names. I was shocked only because I answered him back. He has called me a slut because I was wearing something smaller because of the heat. He occasionally wants to have sex with me but it is only for his pleasure. He will hit me and scratch me and calls it the part of sex. I'm not comfortable with it. I am not comfortable with him taking my naked pictures and record videos during the sex act. I can never say no to him. Even if I am sick I have cook for him, wash his clothes. He has left me with bruises and torn clothes. And no one knows about this. Has also hit me with a belt. I can't tell my parents because it will only backfire. They will claim that I'm lying. I don't know how to regain control of my life. And I can't change him. I don't have any friends and I'm all alone. And I am not going to cheat on him. I'm sorry this turned out into a rant and for bad English. Any advice would be helpful. Thanks. This is absolutely awful and I'm so sorry you are experiencing this. Can I ask where you are living? There may be local charities that can help support victims of domestic abuse. They are confidential and they will likely have training specific to those who are from an arranged marriage. I know you're feeling incredibly isolated right now, and in an impossible position, but there will be others who have had this same experience and have gotten through it. Just think of little steps right now to get yourself support and safe. Okay, girl, let's make some points clear. He will kill you without any doubt. You can argue with us, you can tell us, maybe the situation will change, or, maybe if I act myself quite he will stop hitting me. No. There is no way you can stay alive with him. I want this point to be absolute clear for you. Let's seek for a solution. Your older relatives will most likely accuse you for lying, so don't seek help from them. You equal-aged relatives can help and understand you, especially women, sisters or cousins. Woman shelter is still an option, don't forget about it. And please, stop talking about how hard it is to find a job or run in another city, country. We are basically talking about survival, not about comfort. I saw below you are in India. Will this help? Opening square bracket dot. Be very careful of your internet usage. Do not let him see you reaching out for help. Does your country have an equivalent to women's refuge? I'd put this asshole where he belongs, in the ground. You are from India, I am from there as well. Start collecting all of your jewelleries, everything. Document everything, from belt mark to rapes everything. Start writing a diary. Now I need info. How much you have studied. Before that, contact your trusted friend, professor, anyone. You've got to tell your parents. If they don't trust you, cut contact with them. Next, contact a lawyer. Give all the evidence. And no matter what, don't leave your house, it's half yours. Info. Do you live with your in-laws? Which city you live in? Post it on India. They will surely help you. There is a women community also for women in India. I think it was Twox, something like that, I don't remember. Ask for help there also. Info. Do you have kids? There are 100% women's shelters in India to help people on situations just like yours. Leave your phone on somewhere around and record him speaking to you in a bad manner. Do it multiple times. If he hits you, record it and bring it all to the police. You can divorce him. You can walk away and stand on your own 2 feet. It may be hard at first, but you are very capable of it. If you don't walk out now, you'll either be dead or eventually believe all the things he says. If your parents aren't going to stick by you because of some cultural bullshit where a man can do whatever he pleases, I'm sorry, but it's time to go off on your own. In time, you will be in a good place and be happy you made the leap of faith. Trying to understand if it was rape or not, TW. Throw away ACC for obvi reasons. I met this boy on Tinder. Long story short, we planned to meet. I told him beforehand I didn't want sex on the first date. But when I was face to face with him, I was scared to say no. Not that he wouldn't stop if I asked him to. I was just ashamed and embarrassed to say no. I felt as I put myself in this position, like I deserved this. I cried the whole time. I just wanted it to end. But I just couldn't say, stop. I've been avoiding meeting new guys because I'm scared I'll be in that position again where I'm too scared to say no. My problem with understanding it is I didn't say no, and I didn't tell him to stop. I have no ill feelings towards the guy because I didn't tell him how I was truly feeling. Nor would I label him as a rapist. He could have respected me and my wishes, but it was me who didn't respect myself and my boundaries. But I cannot shake why I felt as I deserved it, and I regret every day ever doing that to myself. I am just trying to wrap my mind around this whole situation. In a way, I'm angry that he didn't stop when he saw I was upset, but I excuse it because I wasn't vocal about my feelings. Yeah, as a man, if a woman was crying, there is no way I could have intercourse with her. I would be too uncomfortable to even take my shirt off. Only an utter piece of shit has sex with someone after a first date while they cry. If or when you do date again, do public dates, don't go to people's houses or your own until you know them better. It's not your fault. I'm sorry you had this awful experience. I've been there. I always felt like I couldn't say no if they wanted sex because I didn't want to make them upset or disappoint them. It's a horrible feeling afterwards to know you did that to yourself. I've gotten better with it. You owe no one your body, and if someone is going to be upset you don't sleep with them, they're not a person you want to be around anyways. Saying no that first time is hard. It gets easier with practice. You should stop using dating apps, sort yourself out first, talk to a therapist. No, and stop are not the only phrases that make it clear that the intercourse is unwanted. You said previously you did not want to have sex. From your post, I assume that your body language was closed off. It was obvious you weren't into it. Most of all, you cried. It is not normal at all to cry during sex, and that is an obvious no or stop. Please don't blame yourself. Freezing rather than fight is very common and sometimes the safer option, unfortunately. I would really recommend working through this with a therapist. I hope you're able to cope and recover from this. You deserve much more loving relationships. I'm sorry this happened to you. You definitely should consider speaking with an assault counselor. Consent isn't that someone just didn't say no. It's more that people gave you signs that it was an affirmative yes. You crying the whole time isn't an affirmative yes. That's a clear no. Please don't beat yourself up too much about this. It's not your fault for just not being able to say no. He's a piece of shit. I hope you have people around who you can talk to and support you in this time, and I hope you can find some comfort soon. Red heart, red heart. Best friend, 28M. Confessed he is in love with me, 26F. I just got engaged. Hello. Well, basically as the title said. And #X200B. My, 26F, best friend, 28M. Since college told me recently that he loves me. Him and I have been best friends for a long time. We are actually a group of 3, me, him who I'll call Steve and another girl who I'll call Jess, 28F. and #X200B. Jess and I were friends before and then we met Steve at a class when we had to make a group of 3 and we didn't know anyone so he joined us and ever since it's been the 3 of us. Him and Jess kinda dated a couple years ago but it didn't work out. It was for like a month and they didn't want to break the group so we all stayed the same. And #X200B. 3 years ago I met my now boyfriend at Jess's brother wedding. I said it like that because he is one of Jess's brother best friend so I have seen him a couple times but never really talked until that day. Now we got engaged 2 months ago. I love my fiancé. He is amazing and extremely sweet. I am not going to lie, when we all first met Steve I thought he was very attractive, which he is. He is also very funny and overall a really cool. I never thought about dating him and definitely not after he dated Jess. And #X200B. Last week I started to do my bridesmaid's proposal. I asked my sister, Jess, and I wanted Steve to be part of it as he is one of my best friends. I did each proposal separated. When I asked Steve he looked IDK how to describe it but definitely not happy. I told him if it was too weird to be part of the bridesmaid, I would understand but he said it wasn't that, and he then told me that he had feelings for me, and that it goes back to basically since he met us, that he joined our group that day to flirt with me but we were pretty cool and he didn't have any friends there so stayed friends instead. That one of the reasons why him and Jess broke up was because of it. He said he was too scared to make a move and when he realized it was too late, he didn't think me and my boyfriend would get to this point and that he just can't be part of my wedding. He cried a bit when he said that. I didn't know what to say. I really didn't say anything at all but just stayed there silent and shocked while he kept apologizing and left. And #X200B. I called Jess and she came to my house and told me that she knew but Steve have asked her not to say anything so she didn't and that she never thought he would say something. And #X200B. I am extremely heartbroken. I just lost one of the most important person of my life. Steve refuses to see me now. I have talked to my fiancé and he said I should give Steve some space and process this myself too, and he is here for me but I don't know what to do. I love my best friend, he means so much to me and I don't want to lose him but I would never hurt him on purpose. I really don't know what to do or how to go from here. Man, he had years to confess and he decided to drop the bomb now. Unrequited love sucks but he should have been considerate here. I'm not thinking about Steve, but your fiancé seems incredible with his response. Honestly, give yourself time to heal too. You just got blindsided by Steve's confession. I don't think you should invite him to the wedding but once he is able to settle his feelings, if he is willing to do so, that is, you guys might be able to continue the friendship. Pushing for him to speak to you right now though might not be the best move. It sucks that Steve dropped this on you right before your wedding. Your fiancé is right. Give each other space. You need to be willing to accept the possibility this is the end of the friendship though. I don't really see you both coming back from this. You just have to give him time and accept that this may be the end of the friendship. Unfortunately, there's really nothing else you can do and ultimately it's going to be on him to decide if he can get over these feelings and be your friend or if he can't. It's pretty crappy of him to have dragged this out until this moment instead of just walking away years ago if he couldn't be your friend, but it is how it is, I guess. He's basically been living a lie the whole time he knew you. His motivation was never purely friendship. If he really loves you, he's recognized that you are happy and let it be. Steve isn't your best friend, nor should you pursue him in getting closure in case he decides that it's a sign he's somehow still got a chance. He's infatuated with the idea of being with you, not in love with you. Your friend is a prick. He dropped this bomb in the middle of your happiness, which was disrespectful and designed to be destructive to you and your partner and drag you into the misery he revels in. He waited 8–10 years to say anything, which means you were either a backup option he decided to try and reel back a bit now that you're getting married, or he's one of those super obsessive socially non-functional people who maintain crazy obsessive crushes for years without acting on it and build a whole ass fake friendship and personality around this angsty dilemma which is of their own making. Let him go, cut him off, and do not allow his self-made drama to dampen your wedding or affect your relationship.